Yeah, morning. Hope you can hear me okay. Yeah, thanks for your comment on the 4-hour chart on the DAX. Sweet buy signal on Monday held the moving average yesterday. Yeah, I agree. If we get any kind of pullback, let me just clear my throat. Yeah, I think if we get any pullback, it could potentially only be to about 130. And if we decide we want to break up, then I think that's where we could go. Yeah, so 130 will be this moving average down here, which must be the 100. No, that's the 200. Sorry, that's the 200-day moving average. So we've broken up through the 200. That's the 100 above, isn't it? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't make a lot of difference. Yeah, it's 200 underneath us. Let's do the same for some of the other charts as well. Pound yen. Okay, it's hit that resistance and it's dropping down. So that at the moment looks lower. So yeah, I mentioned yesterday, I was buying dips in US dollar yen this week, but yeah, this one is the yen is picking up a lot of strength. So it looks to me as if this, unless we can pick up on this support, yeah, we've broken the low of the rate bar. Now we're coming into this support down here. That's been a key pivot. If I fib it, what do I get? Tell you what, let's do that first. That is, let me draw it more accurately. Where are we? Oh, nearly 8 o'clock. Okay, must hurry. Yeah, so I just quickly fib this and then get back to the charts. Looking lower. Right, let's look at this DAX. Things have been so buoyant. So big day. We got UK budget and US Fed note minutes. So let's see. Holding this 168 so far. Oh, sorry. Is this mic not performing? Can you not hear me okay? I may have to switch back to my old one then if this is not going to be reliable. Is the sound okay now? Right. Okay. I may just go back to the old one then. Sorry about that. Okay, we're hitting. Right, just hitting the close on what was a very buoyant chart yesterday. The Forex is so flat. I'm going to concentrate on this one today. We'll go through the Forex charts in a minute. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to go back to my old mic and sort this out. I spent some time experimenting with this new mic, but obviously it's not a new mic. It's an expensive mic, which belonged to my daughter for her music degree. So I nicked it, but I think I'm gonna have to give it back. Maybe she's broken it, sung too loud at a gig or something. Yeah, this 66 is holding. I'd like to see 50. So I just noticed this. This one's coming in. Yeah, I'm just going to nibble on a long here. I ended up just scalping. So far this week, I've just ended up scalping this because it's just such a major support level there. I'm just going to grab some of that. So I'm just long the US dollar yen. So the gap's got bought so far. I'm just coming into the first 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'd want to see 50. So I'm going to wait and see if we can see a 50. I very nearly just bought that gap, and I should have done because it's hesitation. I'd like to see a lower number. Right, so the coming into some extensions on these charts already. So this looked good for the first part of the week, and at the moment they're just rolling it over. Right, DAX has held that 200. Got to make sure I don't miss anything on this again. Because if it's going to pop up, isn't it? Why didn't I take that 66? So it's loud again. I think it might have a lot to do with it's so. I think it's because it's so sensitive. It may be just because if I move just a little bit too far away from it, it doesn't like it. I think maybe that's it. Yeah, if I just move slightly too far, it doesn't like it. Oh boy. Trying to be cautious and let the market settle down. The market doesn't want to settle down, it just wants to go. What's AGC? Can't afford to hesitate today. That was a good one. Automatic gain control. Okay. I'll take a look at it. I think it's at the moment is the mic loud. Sorry, I'm just not concentrating on the trading, and this is just going, and I'm not in it. So I'm long US dollar yen again, and it's ticking up slowly. I'm just going to have to hope this fades. Yeah, it's just one of those days we have to jump in. Very directional. Okay. I think it's designed to be quite to use close up, because I'm just moving around a little bit, and it's not liking it. Okay, let's see if we get a fade. Okay, here we are coming for a fade. Let's see if we can dip right into the 200 again. Can we do a 175? The point I made yesterday about reloading worked well, didn't it? I just, for some reason, not too distracted to take it. So I've got my ticket open, just looking to see if I can get a 175. Okay, here we come. Getting lower. Potentially not going to end up with a very pretty 15-minute at the moment. My US dollar yen is just about at my entry, maybe a tick above. The euro is strong, is gained, so DAX may not like that. If we've got the typical relationship still cooking. Okay, it's coming for the 15-minute close. I'm gonna be patient. I need that one. I need at least 175, if not closer move to that gap that you can see there just underneath us. Okay, we're still just sitting on top of this range on the 5. Yeah, we've come a long way from these lows, so well, yeah, quite a long way. Let's just I'm going to sit here and just wait for a dip. It's a decent 15-minute close, so let's just see if we can get, yeah, 175. not much happening elsewhere. Pretty quiet as you expect. I will open the room for the budget. I think what I'll probably do is, I think it starts at 12:30. Let me double check. Okay, this is better. This is better. So any dip just under that, under this 175, I will grab. So I'd like to see it dip just under the 175 again. Okay, I'll take this. I don't want to miss it again. Right, I'm long DAX. Long DAX and long US dollar yen. US dollar yen is going nowhere at the moment. Okay, what we've effectively done here is we've bought last week's highs. So the 60-minute is a two-wave move. We're talking about 60-minute charts this week, aren't we? So let's just get my pen for this. Right, so we've had 1, 2, 3. Hopefully this is a 4, and then we're in wave 5, which could potentially take us to 250. Otherwise, if we close under this 165, 150, then we could come all the way back down to the breakout area. The breakout area was 39. Okay, so that's how we're using the 60-minute chart. What I missed yesterday was the fact that we had held this top of this zone. This is the main core zone here. I might embolden that 50%. So you've got 50% and the fib levels either side, and we held this top fib level. It was a lower close. I think that's what threw me. It was a lower close. There 2 hours of selling, and then they just rip it up. So we were under these moving averages, closed lower, and then they just ripped it up. Okay, so let's just see. At the moment, that's under my entry. That's good. It's not good. I'm being right. Yeah, that was the danger when you buy this high, that it's not going to like it. So my stop is a default stop, and I'm very close to it. we've come right back to the floor of the range. Okay, so far we've just hit the floor of range and the gap again. So I took 175 when I said I'd be happy with a lower one, and of course they went lower. Right, so this is crucial. This is on the 15-minute fib level here. If we close down here, then this could push lower. So it's almost tested my stop. But yeah, this 165 is yesterday's close and last week's high. So that was a good incentive to watch out for that lower number, which I've not held out for, but I'm still in the trade. Okay, let's leave that on the boil. Come back to that in a minute. In the meantime, we've got a pound US, which is above, it's not gap filled yet, so that'll be interesting. I'd very much like to see a gap fill. This is the range. So it's in a really tight range this week. The low was 185. Yeah, it's about a 95 pip range over 3 days so far. Pound yen coming right down on this support. That's on the floor of the range. Looking good. That's looking good, actually. That's into, if you look at the 60-minute, this is into a nice fib zone. So the main zone is this red. That's one zone. That's the inner zone. Definitely need to embolden that 50%. This is the main outer zone. So if we come out of this, we start closing above 850, 860, this could do really well. So it's closing lower, 15 minutes is weaker. 15 minutes suggests we could come down to close to the 800 mark. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to risk a penny trade here at this 45. So I've gone long a titchy position, a market, what I call a marker lock. It's where I take a position that I really don't care about if I lose because it's so small, but it keeps me emotionally in the trade. And if it works, then I can add to it and I end up with a bigger position. Right, I'm just slightly underwater now with this DAX. Just a few pips underwater. I think just about at my entry point on this US dollar yen. Slightly under. It's got a higher, marginally higher 15-minute chart there. It's coming to the big number. And my pound yen is just breaking down out of the range. into session lows, which is very marginal at this point, very marginal numbers. So it's a very tight floor. That's only an 8 pip range on this 5-minute open range. So it's nice and tight. So the stop is very tight. Right, I'm doing well I'm doing better on my US dollar yen, and I'm above entry on my DAX. So I just could have been a little bit more patient on the DAX, and I would have got what I wanted, which was that retest of that gap. See how important these gaps are? These gaps are so important. They're playing a much bigger part in my trading. The Sunday and the previous day gaps. It's a big part of my trading. I don't know why that got a line up there. Let me get rid of that. Okay. So I was feeling a little bit foolish at first for going at 175 when I could have got 168, but no such thing as a bad entry, only a bad exit. The pound yen is just about hanging in there, but I'm liking that 60-minute chart a lot. So the highs this week on this one is just under 940. Yeah, I'm liking this one a lot at the moment. I've not had a good experience with yen pairs this week. Well, I have actually. I've done well on this one, but only by scalping it. I do like these. What I'm doing here is the extension trade. It's the Scalper School extension trade. So we're starting the session. This is the whole point of this setup. If you start the session at an extension, then the chances are you've got a much greater chance of seeing a reversal. In this particular case, I'm viewing this as a pullback, because we've already run up to 270 on this, and here we are just above 200. So the week's high is 70 pips away. So we've had a higher close on the floor, and we've had a higher close in the 15-minute on the extension on this one. So I am going to add to that. Okay. Well, it's a lower 15-minute close, so jury's out on this one at the moment. But we have closed above the 5-minute 200. Right, I am going to go quiet. I'm just going to stay in these trades. It's all pretty quiet at the moment. Got nothing until the budget. So let's see if these trades are going to hold up. Okay, I'll go quiet for a while now. I'll go quiet until 1:45. Okay, I'll talk to you at 1:45. I take your point. We certainly are sitting high in these charts in the bigger time frame, 60 minutes, with we are at the underside of that trend line I drew in the daily. But I'm going to hang in there for now. But yeah, I take your point. We'll see what we can do. Pretty quiet markets. The thing is, we've got no data now until the budget. So let's see. One thing going against the DAX is this euro. It's looking very good. I think this euro could really pop up today. Fed don't seem willing to put rates up. Yeah, okay, so I'll sit quiet in this DAX for now, but it's a pretty quiet session. Talk to you later. Okay, so what have we got? We've got a really quiet, flat market at the moment. Um, Holding the range in this DAX. Are we going to drop lower? I think we'll be okay. I think we'll cling on to this floor and push up. Seeing a little dip in this pound yen, so I'm stopped out my penny lot. I'm still in my second lot. So my stop is 28. I think I'm going to do okay still. I think, but I've got no evidence to that at the moment because we've broken to the downside. This is sitting right on the floor of that fib range we talked about that I've marked up. Slightly underwater on this one as well. Again, we've just hit last week's lows on the floor, but it's marginal. And we've got the market's basically resting after a decent day yesterday, or in the indices anyway. So I'm just going to break off. I'll see where we are at 9 and 9:30. Otherwise, I think I might just break off and then just open up the budget. I think that we're coming to decent support on these yen pairs, and they will hold and come up. But I've not got any confirmation on this yet. Everything is red on the charts, so I'm relying on support levels to hold on this. Right, okay, so I'll be back at 9, but otherwise I'm contemplating just sitting on what I've got and opening up later. What I would say to you is when we come out of the room at 9:30, 10 o'clock, have a good look at where the 15-minute charts are, because so often we get pushes, the direction that you get in the I'm actually stopped out of this now. My stop was a little bit tight and I have just triggered it. Have a look at these 15-minute charts as you come out of the 9:30 or 10 o'clock period, because if you're in a scalp and it's still working, then sit tight, because at 9:30, 10 o'clock yesterday, we were still closing higher. We peaked around about 10:30 and then did one last run into 2 o'clock. But if you'd stayed in that till 11, or sorry, 10:30 or 11, come to that, you would have just got a few more points off of that move. Yeah, we are dropping. I've got lower close in 15-minute charts, and we are not happy. That's yesterday's high, that's yesterday's low. We're in mid-air, really, aren't we? I think the next place to look is, yeah, we're at the next place to look. We're at the overnight lows now at 150. Take a look at, it might come as low as 100 or 120. Yeah, we've actually triggered short, haven't we? Okay, markets are drifting lower. Dollar pairs have hardly moved. That's triggered short as well. Trigger short into a lot of support. Okay, I've got caught out on that one. And this one is not holding up either. Right, okay. So we look as if we're coming right the way down to Sunday Open here. And dollar pairs are holding up at the moment. Or euro is anyway. Not this one's sold off of last week's highs. Okay, I've messed up this morning. I'm still in this one. Yeah, this one's just testing last week's lows. Okay, yeah, I will go quiet till 9. I'm just going to sit in this US dollar yen. And then see where we are. In the meantime, the DAX is trying to hold that 150. Okay, I'll go quiet till 9. Okay, so markets have dipped out of their ranges, but still looking good. This is holding the fib zone. We just narrowly dipped underneath it. We're still closing lower. So we've got a 15-minute buy signal here. Three 15-minute buy signals. This one's better because it's at the end of a run with a lower MACD. The DAX looks happier at 150, but it's still, it's a decent 60-minute sell signal. 165 is now a tough area. There's a potential fade. I'm just going to stay in my US dollar yen and leave it for now. I'll come back to you at 1/2 past, but taking a little bit of heat on this one, not much. Let's put that at 300. Very neatly tested last week's low with a little bottoming tail on the 60-minute chart. So if we close above 210, we could be in business. DAX still not happy up here. The entry point looks as if it's something between 100 and 140. 140 is a key pivotal price in this chart. So I will, if you're still around, I will talk to you at 1/2 past. So I would personally look for a dip underneath this and now and closer to that 200-day moving average. Just got a little bit too high. 150 is a nice round number. Of course, that could come up. Let's see. That's fading at the moment. Right, so okay, so we've seen 9 o'clock reversals rather than 8:30 reversals today with a slow volume. Yeah, it's a big day. UK budget and Fed minutes. It's a big day. Dollar pairs, Euro's still picking up. It's got that look of a chart that might want to at least retest the 850. The fact we're holding above previous day's high is significant. And that strong euro is creating problems for the DAX. Okay, so I will sit in this US dollar yen and see if that can work for me. Otherwise, standing aside. The DAX is definitely struggling with that stronger euro. So if you go by a 60-minute chart, 165, this is now a fade at 165, 168. We've got huge support underneath it, so that's a really tough call now. If you are a DAX bull, I would wait for a 15-minute higher close and see if that can work. Better still, wait and see where we are at 10 o'clock. Okay, I will leave it on the pound yen because I think I've just got in a little bit too quick on that. It had a great Monday, and all we're doing is pulling back into support from Monday. So let's see. At the moment, obviously, that's a fade. markets are just sloshing around, treading water really at the moment. Okay, talk to you at 9:30. How is the mic at the moment? Is it still not great? Still variable? Is the mic still variable? Low, okay. Okay, I will sort that out. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Talk to you in half an hour. Yeah, well done. They've faked me into this buy, and 15 minute was wobbly at 8:30, and we dropped out of there at 8:45. Yeah, I think it might even come lower. I mean, there's a key fib level at 88. It could even come lower at this stage, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just back off, hold my US dollar yen on, and come in at the look now at the budget. The budget is supposed to start at 12:30. Let me just double check that. Yeah, I'll confirm in the Skype room, but I'll open the room for the budget. Right, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So potential fade up there if that works. Pound yen is ticking up. That faked a breakdown and is pushing up. So a lot of fakes today. Fake bullish move in on the smaller time frames, but yeah, bigger time frames had it knocked on the head. And this is, you know what? It's a similar pattern to yesterday. A couple of hours of lower closes into 9 o'clock, and then we reversed. We've got a couple of lower closes into 9 o'clock, and it keeps going. So yeah, but the fibs has it nailed. It's the fibs that's the difference in this. We've broken down from last week's highs as opposed to come up from a key fib support from last week. I'm going to back off. Wish I could have done a lot better. But I'm sitting in the trades I've got, and I'll talk to you I'll open the room up for the budget. Okay, so I'll see you then, and we'll take it from there. Okay, thanks. Bye for now.